Hey, this is Tara Pritchett, Confidence Coach for Women, and I'm excited as usual to talk to you today um, about God, right? And as a confidence coach for women, I help women unleash their fierce confidence. I help women get unbinded up and unleashed from things that often hold us back, such as doubt, fear, and worry. And today we're going to talk a lot about worry because I feel like as women, we overthink a lot of things. We worry about a lot of things just because we have so much on our plates that at times a lot of us are very spiritual, so we're doing a lot of praying. Sometimes we're doing journaling. And then other times we feel like things aren't coming as fast as we want them to. And other times we think that because we're praying, that means it's time for us to wait for things. And if you keep waiting for things, then you're never going to get to that next level or go to the next thing or get the thing that you really want. So whenever you pray for something, always know that when you are praying for something, what you're really doing is putting yourself in a position, right, for God to send you certain things or to put certain things in place. So your prayer is simply an activation for what's to come, right? You may have seen this little meme going around on the internet, and it said oftentimes we pray for cake, but we get mad when God sends us flour and egg, the cake mix, and the little spatula in the bowl. We get mad, but we ask for cake. We pray, Lord, please send me the cake. Please send me the cake. But when God sends us the cake mix and the egg, right, and the oil and the butter and the spatula and the spoon, in the bowl, we get upset about that, right? Because we oftentimes think, oh, I'm just going to pray and then things are going to fall into alignment and I'm automatically going to have my husband. I'm automatically going to get this money and do this and that. And that's just not the way that God works. That's not the way faith works. That's not the way the spiritual world works, right? So whenever you're praying for something and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for God to give me clarity. I'm waiting for God to give me direction on this. How many times, right? God can speak to us a million times. Oftentimes we deny that he's even speaking to us, or we don't follow, our gut feeling at all. We override that. How many times have you done that in a relationship? Maybe in the past, you could be doing it now, but maybe especially in the past when you're younger, like you get those red flags and you see them, but you override them. But then you'll be praying, God, why am I going through this? But God will send you like 50 red flags. I know he did that to me before. Send me red flag after red flag after red flag. And I like that person. So I just kept talking to him. I kept fooling with him. But the red flags were there all along. So meanwhile, I've been praying and waiting, like, when is he going to change? When is this going to happen? And oftentimes, as I've been telling a lot of my clients lately, it's not what you're praying about. It could be perhaps that you need to shift or change or reposition the way in which you're praying, or the way in which you view prayer, or the way in which you view God and your spirituality. So praying, especially when you want to get to that next level, you want to be this fierce, confident, powerful woman, then praying is not the waiting game. It's not the waiting game. You can't, prayer and worry don't go together. You can't pray about something and then worry about it. Then you're basically blocking that thing out. So they just don't go together. So you can't pray and then wonder and worry and think that you're sitting around and waiting. And the waiting is when God is building the capacity for you to do whatever you need to do. So yeah, you might be praying, I want that husband. Just like you might be praying, I want that cake. But instead of God giving you that husband or that money or these clients in your business, or, giving you that baby or exactly whatever it is that you want, or giving you that voice or that presence or whatever the case may be, instead of him bringing that husband right away, maybe he's going to send the butter, the eggs, and the oil for you to make the cake. So maybe he's going to send the guy who might not be that guy that's going to teach you about how to be vulnerable. Maybe he's going to, throw in there, maybe along the way, you're on Instagram one day, you see a post, you see a coach, and that coach is like a self-love coach or something like that. Maybe he throws that your way and you're like, you know what? Something is just really drawing me to her. I need to work with her, right? And I need to learn from her. And then maybe he sends you something else. Maybe you're at Barnes & Noble, you walk in, you see a book up on the shelf, like such as why men, love bitches or marry. I know that's a lot, or marry the B word, right? That is a book. That's the book that I have. Why men love the B word, the itches, right? And they have some valid points in there, just so you know. And you feel drawn to that, right? But instead, you've been praying, Lord, when's my husband coming? When is my husband coming? But instead of him sending you the cake or that husband, he sends you the ingredients that it takes for you to build the capacity to get that thing. So just keeping in mind that whatever you're praying for, it's not a waiting game. and it's time for you to get active. So he might put you through a couple of tests. He might send some people into your life you really don't want to fool with, or that give you a lesson, right? People are either going to be a lesson or they're going to be a blessing, right? Especially when it comes to a relationship. It can even be a friendship, right? They're either here now, right? They're here for a reason, a season, or they're here forever for a lifetime. And you have to figure that out in terms of people that come in and out of your life. You got to think about that. Other things I want you to consider when you feel like you're waiting for something. Something could be seeming delayed or denied, or you're waiting around for something. First thing I need you to remember is that you need to start trusting your intuition more. Start trusting your intuition more. So like I mentioned earlier, those red flags, take note of those things. If you feel a certain way when you're around certain people or you're in certain situations. For example, I know when I looked for teacher jobs a while ago, and I went to different schools. Certain schools just I didn't like their vibe. It didn't feel right for me, and they would get me to call back. Oh, sorry, we decided to go with somebody else. Perfect, because I wasn't feeling y'all. But the school that I ultimately ended up at, when I went in there, I felt it intuitively. I knew this is for me. Even if I had been praying, Lord, I need a job. Lord, I need a job. I'm saying you're saying the wrong questions. Instead, Lord, guide me and direct me to where you need me to serve and what you need me to do. Second, follow that intuition when you get there. Okay. Third thing, take note of patterns. Oftentimes we overlook these things because we don't see them as significant, right? So if something's coming up over and over, especially if somebody is saying something over and over, or for example, the other day I went to an event with all women. Today I went to an event with all women, and I saw these expansive spreadsheets, checklists with money and things like that. Today was the second time I saw that. That's a pattern I need to take note of, because intuitively I feel like God is calling me that I need to do something with that in my own business or in my own life. So I'm going to pick up on that, because I have been praying for certain things, but I can sit back and say, oh, I'm waiting. Or I can start looking at the patterns and the signs around me. Pay attention to that. And last but not least, listen to the people that are around you. People are either here to help to heal you, or they're here to reveal things to you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Take heed of that. People will say things, even if it's negative or even if it's positive. Take heed of that. Use everything that is around you to build yourself up, right? So that you have the confidence and you have the faith in yourself, but in God, that whatever it is that you desire and you want, it's coming to you. You can intuitively feel it and know it and be in divine flow with those things. But you gotta focus on the things that I mentioned here today.